This is Steve from Caffeine Injection, and I'm just making a quick video to show you how to add categories and product and generally manage the product in your simple CMS store module. For this video we're going to use our simple store template website demo, which includes the CMS store. You can see this from going to our website in the template section. It's demoed for a men's clothing shop, but obviously the CMS store can be used for anything. So this is a very rough video. I'm not going to do any editing or processing on this video. This is really just to get something out there very quickly, so people can start seeing how to use their CMS stores. If I mess up and have to backtrack, it's all going to happen. It's all going to be in the video. I'm not going to edit it just to get this out there tonight. So bear with me. Also, this is a brand new module for us, so I'm still, although I was obviously involved in it, I'm still getting my head around how everything works. So first thing that you need to do is go to your store. So go to your website and go to your store page. And if you scroll down to the bottom of your products, even if you've put none in, we'll have added some in for you to get you going. You want to look down here for a little hidden padlock. Hopefully you can see it, but it's just there. If I highlight, no, it's not going to show up, but there's a little hidden padlock, and if you click that, it will bring you to the login for your dashboard. So we're going to click that, opens a new window. I've already logged in, you'll need to log in, and this is what your dashboard will look like. I'm going to do another video explaining all of these features at another time, so we're just going to focus on product in this video. So as you can probably imagine, the area you need to go to is this item here, products. And as you go to that page, it immediately shows you all of your existing products. So if we flick back to here, this is our live site and this is our dashboard. This is where we control all of our products. So the first thing we're going to look at are your categories. These are your categories. So we have what we call top line categories and then secondary categories. So your top line in this case, new in, which has no subcategories. That's just for stuff that's new in. I'll show you how to do that. Tops is a top line. Then in under tops you've got t-shirts, shirts and hoodies, trousers, footwear, jackets, and then sale items, which again we'll look at. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to look at managing your categories. If we go into the products page, go into categories, and you can see here these are all of our categories. If you want to add a category, you simply click the add button and you give it a name. So we're going to call this test. Now we're going to make this a top level category. If we wanted to add this to any of the existing top levels, we'd just add it to any of our parents. So the system calls top line categories parent categories. So you've got tops, trousers. So you could add it to one of these, but we're gonna create one from scratch. So we're going to say no parent. We click save, and that's it. We now have a category. If we go to the next page, we now have a category called test, and we can change the position if we want it right at the beginning. We can just use these up and down arrows, and it changes everything. So if we want to put this category below this category, you can just use your arrows to move it all around. So if we go now to our store page, there it is. Now obviously there's nothing in it because we haven't added any product to it, but it's there, it exists. If we wanted to add a subcategory to that, click category, go sub test, parent is test, and save. And it's there. If we go to the next page, there you go. So that's it. That's adding your categories. It's super simple. We go back now to the product page. Now let's say you've already got your product in and you've added a new category. And let's say you want to add some stuff to the categories. Or what we can do, let's say you want to put some stuff into sale. Sale is just a category like every other category, like the test, footwear and so on. Sale is just a main category. So let's say you want to add some items into your sale category so that when people link through to your sale category, they immediately see all your sale stock. You very simply select your product. So we're gonna opt with this first one. Although actually, I think the first one, I think that is already in the sale. Let's have a look. No, it's not. Okay, we're going to put that in. So click the little pen icon, which means it's sort of the universal icon now for edit. So we click that, and we come down to our categories, and it's telling us we so far have 3 categories selected. So at the moment, it appears in our new in category. I will cover that in a moment. It appears in our new in category. It also appears in the jackets master category or main top line category, whatever you want to call it, and in the rain subcategory. The reason for that is if we go into new in, we can see that it appears there. You can add a product to as many categories as you like. There's no limit, so it's great for putting your, creating. If you sold stuff that was really good and really popular at Christmas, you could have a Christmas category, and you could tag and add all of the products that you think make good Christmas presents into your Christmas category. So they're really, really versatile. So, oh, excuse my dog's going nuts at somebody at the door. If you can hear that. If you can't, don't worry. So there you go. In the new in, the jackets appeared, and it's also now in the. Oh no, actually, I didn't save, did I? We didn't add it. So it's also in the jackets. Jacket section, it's there, so that when somebody just clicks jackets and they see everything that's within the jackets subcategories, or if they want to narrow it down and see the rain jackets, that's there. It's really good idea to do that with your products. If you're going to add, if you've got a master category of jackets and then a secondary category of rain, add your jackets to the first, to both of them, so that if somebody just comes along and says, right, I want to see all your jackets, everything is there. If they then say, right, I just want to see your quilted jackets, it just sub-filters out to the quilted jackets. So, okay, back to this product, adding it to the sale category. You literally just highlight it, maybe put a little bit in here, which says was, whatever it was, what was it? Oh, it's not there, is it? It's in jackets. Dope. Right, was 30 quid. Was 30, now say 20. Save that. Jump through to your in-stock tab. And if you want to put them all at the reduced price, change the prices on them all. If you just want to say the medium, change that to 20. Oops. Save. And if we now look at that product, it's saying from £20, and we can select whichever one we want, and it will add the correct price. If we add that, it's added 30, we can take it out. So there you go, that's your categories. It's super simple. We could get really complex with categories. We just decided to keep it simple. The easier it is, the more likely you're going to use it. Just a quick word on our new in category. Not all websites get this, so it's a request. It is a costed thing because it does take quite a while to add it. But what we can do is, to the home page or to any page of your website, we can add any category. So we can add the products from any category that you choose. So for instance, in this demo site, we have added a new in panel. This automatically pulls in all the products that are in our new in category. So if you want your product on the home page, you just simply add it to the new in category and it appears there. That new in section isn't on all websites. You can have it, you just need to talk to us about it. So there you go. Hopefully that has covered most things about your categories. If you want to drop a category, if you're not using it anymore, you don't have to worry about removing the product because the product will exist in another category somewhere, or it will just sit in the database with no category assigned. Let's say we're gonna lose that one, so we just do that, delete, and it's gone, and it took all of the subcategories with it. All of the child categories are also gone. So if we now go back to our store page, it's gone. It's simple. So there you go. That's the beauty of this system. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that a lot of the expensive system has, but most people don't need them. You know, these ones that you get out there are loaded with features. They charge accordingly. but most people don't use them, and they end up getting confused by everything and just giving up. We built this because it's so simple. So that's your categories. Product. These are all our products. If you want to edit a product, let's say if we go back to that rain jacket, and okay, let's say it's not new in anymore. Let's say we've had it a few weeks and we don't want it in the new category. Actually, let's take it out of the sale category. No, actually, yeah, let's take it out sale category. Let's say you don't want it in the new in category. You just unhighlight it and save. If we refresh, if we go to the home page, you'll see that it's now gone. Now we've got an empty slot, so you need to add something else, but it's removed it from the new in category. If we also go to our new in category there, it's no longer there. So that's one way of, that's a really simple way of managing your products. A really handy feature also with products is featured, sorry. Click that, save, and that product, when you're looking at all products, will always be the first product. So I have a funny feeling it was anyway. So let's go and take another one. Let's go back to our products. And let's now say we're going to make it's coming into winter, so we're going to make the camel overcoat a featured product because we want everybody to see this when they look at all products. So we scroll down, we click is featured, save. And if we refresh that, that will now be sitting there next to, there it is. So it's a really handy way of getting a product that you want on the very first page of all of your store page. So let's just unfeature that. And let's go back into products and unfeature that. So once you're in the products as well, you can do everything. You can change the photograph. If we go and look at these Chelsea boots, you can digital as if it's a digital download. Obviously this isn't, so ignore that. You can change. You can add an attribute. Say you've now got them in extra large. You just go XL. Oops. Save. And you jump into your stock. And you add your stock, so add a combination, and we're going to select XL. And so we've got 5, and they're also 70 quid. Save. Go back to product, back into the, what was it, the Chelsea boot, there we go. Well, actually, let's just look at it in the store. Shoes, footwear, boots, it should be in boots. Chelsea boots, there we go, view details. And we now have the extra attribute. So if you want to add a size or if you want to remove a size, that's how you do it. You just click into the product and go into attributes, and you can add or remove. So let's say we want to remove that one now because it doesn't really exist. There you go. If you've got new photos, you just drag and drop the photo into here and assign it to an attribute, and it'll appear. Now, a good tip with your images: when you start populating your store, decide the size of the image that you're going to use and stick with it throughout your entire product catalogue. Don't rely on the images that your suppliers send you of the product, and don't just adopt their sizes. It does require a bit more work on your behalf when you're processing your images for upload, but it makes your store look far more professional if all the images are the same size. In this instance, we've decided all the images are 1200 pixels by 1200 because if we then click on an image, it's a nice big picture. If it was only 400 by 400, it'd be a tiny little picture in the middle of the screen and nobody would see it. So decide when you first start populating your store which size of it, or what your image sizes are going to be, and stick with it. Final thing to look at quickly with products, we're going to cover all the extras and the similar products in the history later in another video. This is just getting you started. This is where you change your stock levels. If you've had a delivery and you've suddenly got, actually we can remove that now, delete. If you've got a delivery and you've got another 5 of those, you can add it there and save. And if you're changing the price, this is where you change it. If you're doing a bulk delivery, if you've had a load of product in, instead of going into each individual product, just go to the stock tab and you can see all of your stock level there, and you can drop in and edit them, edit the individual variants or attributes far quicker. So that's a little bit about editing your product. We're now going to look at adding a product. It's slightly different. There's a slightly different way of doing things depending on whether your product has attributes or variants, as some people call them, i.e. lots of different sizes, lots of different colors, whatever, or if it's just one-off. So we're going to add 2 items. One is a pair of trousers, which will come in 3 or 4 different sizes, and one is a belt, of which there is only one size, so there's no attributes. So, as you can probably imagine, add product. And we want to make it available and give it a name, so we're going to call this the chinos. If you use SKU codes in the ID, put SKU code or your product code or whatever. If not, you can just duplicate the name of the product, but make sure that it's unique. You can't have 2 products with the same ID. It won't accept it, so make sure that you use individual IDs for each product. Next, we're going to add it to a category. So they're trousers, so it's going to go in the main trouser category, and we don't have one for regular trousers, so we're just going to add it into jeans for the sake of this demo. And now we're going to type our short description. So these are, what are they? Black chinos. Oh goodness, I can't type. Black chinos. We're just going to leave it at that. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say a little bit more in the full description. Oops. Oh, I've had this before, right? Do that. Black chinos with, I really can't type, with pockets. If you want to put some bullet points in, then you just click the bullet points and you go item 1, item 2, item 3. You can put links, you can drop images into here if you want, you can put numbered bullet points. I don't know why you would, but you can. Item. You can indent, you can do all sorts. You can do all sorts of formatting there, just like you can in word processors. So let's say we're happy with that. That's our product. Everything's okay. We've selected our categories. We're going to save. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is add some photographs. The next thing we need to do is add the attributes. You have 2 ways of adding attributes. You can start afresh or you can copy. So let's say we start afresh. Add new attribute set. So the name of this set is obviously going to be size, unless it could be color if you sell different colors and they're all the same price. The first one is the value, which we're going to say small, medium, and large. So that's one way of doing it. You could then click save. The other way of doing it, if you have already got a product range with exactly the same attributes set as this, so another pair of trousers, if we quickly remove all of those, and we're going to copy attributes from a similar product. We're going to choose the product, so we're going to say go to the black jeans, copy, and it's done it all for us. So it saves a bit of time. Click save. Now, this now takes us to ask us our stock. Got to get this fixed. It does this. It should jump to photos, but it is, for some reason, it's jumping to in stock. So we've got one of the code monkeys looking into that at the moment. So go back to photographs and add your photographs. So that's a photograph I have prepared. And refresh. Now, another little quirk, which we are looking at working on. It's not an issue. It's not something that is gonna cause you problems. We go into stock and refresh the page. Because there's different attributes, you need to refresh the page when you're in stock or about to go in to add the stock level, so it picks up the different attributes. You don't need to do that if there's only one, but if there's more than one attribute or variant, you need to do it. So into stock, and you can see now it's got the potential to pick up our attribute. Again, it's something that's a little bug in there somewhere. It only affects that. You just refresh the page. We have a new version of this, or an updated version of this, coming out pretty soon with a couple of nice cool corner features, and we're going to get that fixed. So we're going to select our picture, we're going to select our size, we're going to add our quantity, we're going to add our price, I don't know, 40 quid. We're going to add a new one. It automatically picks the picture, 540. And then the final one is large, 540, save. That's it. If we now go back to trousers, our black chinos are there, and somebody can buy them, which is pretty awesome. So it is that simple. There's no, you don't need to know any technical stuff with this. I've used a lot of these systems, and a lot of them are brilliant, but they ask for so much data, and you've got to input so much information, and it's just, your head just melts. And if you're selling really complex products, yeah, it's important, but if you're selling simple stuff, you just don't need the complexity of these bigger systems. So there you go, that's our trousers added. We're going to run through one more quickly before we finish. Go back to products, and now we're going to just add the belt. There's only one variant or attribute, so we're going to add a product. It is available. Product name is a belt. Actually, I've just realised we don't have a category for this, so let's quickly go ahead, add a category, and if I remember rightly, I think I capitalised. Oh no, I didn't capitalise. Okay, so here we go. Accessories. No, this is a parent. So we're not going to put any subcategories in this for now. So let's go back. Let's add our belt. Select our options. We're going to go and drop it into accessories. It's just belt, black belt, black belt. Oops. Black belt. We don't want that in bold. Oops. We're going to put an attribute in. We're going to say leather. Black, which we've already repeated, and belt down there. Okay. That's it. There's everything there. So we click save. Go to attributes. Oh, there are no attributes, so we can ignore the attributes. We can go straight to photographs, upload our photograph. There we go. That's bit of information. Oh, there is also a built-in facility for compressing your pictures. It's pretty cool. So you can add a watermark, you can pressure, you can just delete them all. So that's quite cool. Go into the stock level, choose an image, choose the belt, quantity, say we've got 5, price 15 quid, save, refresh, accessories, and there's our belt. Now if we want to very quickly, we'll just run through one thing. Let's remove this. That's new in. The belt's new in, so we're going to add it to the new in section. That's not in the new in, is it? No, it's not in the new in. Right, so let's go back to products. Let's find the belt. And let's add it to the new in section so that it appears on that home page. If we go to the home page, there we go. Our belt is in Pride of Place as the latest new edition. And that's it. Hopefully that's given you a very brief overview of how to add products, how to manipulate products, and how to set up your categories. Get in touch if you've got any questions, and there will be more videos coming covering all the other features that you can see here, how to add vouchers, how to change your options, how to change the text that appears on the screen. But that's for another day. Thanks a lot. Cheers.